Welcome to Riverside Teachers. My name is Kim Jackson. I'm a math teacher here, a proud math teacher. I am beginning my 5th year at Riverside and my 15th year in education. I was asked by Matt Dickershide in our leadership department at the admin building to put together some advice for teachers who were starting out either with the county or with my school. So I'm addressing you Riverside teachers right here with what I wish I had known 15 years ago. And you can tell from my pictures that one thing it would have been helpful to know is that when there are donuts in the teacher's workroom, you do not have to eat them. Stay away from the donuts. Another thing that was important besides the donuts is that kids don't expect you to be perfect and they don't need you to be perfect, truly. So don't try to be perfect. Just show that you care about them. That's what they really need. This particularly applies to the shy kids, the kids who may have struggled in school, academically, kids who struggle behaviorally, and kids who struggle socially. Kids who perhaps have never been the teacher's favorite and maybe didn't have a teacher recognize their unique strengths. Kids who are challenging. I will tell you, I hate to say this, but in every year that I taught, there was one kid at the beginning of the year who was really annoying, okay? But I swear to you, by about Thanksgiving, that child became one of my top 5 favorites. Every single year it happened. So if you get a child who annoys you at the beginning, do not worry about it. It'll turn around, I promise you, because that's what we do. We establish relationships with all kids. Another type of kid that you want to make sure you reach are the overachieving kids. Sometimes we might think that they fly under the radar and they do everything, so we don't really have to, worry too much about them, but they absolutely need to know that we care. And lastly, we are an equitable school, so make sure that you are communicating your concern and care and compassion to all kids in your classroom, even the ones who don't look like you. Teddy Roosevelt said, "They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care." That puts compassion over content. I've had very few parent issues over the course of my teaching career. Some, but very few. And here's what I attribute that to. Most parents just want to know these things. They want to know that I'm on their team. They want to know that I like their child, that I'm cheering for their child to succeed, that I genuinely want their child to succeed, that I have high expectations, that I create a rigorous and engaging classroom, that I'm passionate about my subject because then maybe their child will be passionate about it too. Now, I teach math, and this may come as a shock to you, but not everybody is passionate about math. But that's okay, because I have passion to spare, and so will you about your subject. And lastly, I make sure parents know, especially in math, this is important, that wherever their child is academically, wherever they've been mathematically, whatever their mathematical journey was, I will meet their child where they are and take them on our journey from that point. Another helpful thing at work is to find your work spouse. This is a platonic person or persons who you can go to for honest, confidential venting, feedback, if you so desire, or just listening. It's important that this person is trustworthy and won't carry your stories all over the school, and hopefully you can do the same for them. I have 2 work spouses. One is male, one is female, and I could not do nearly as good a job as I hope I do without either one of them. Another attitude, mindset I find that's really helpful came directly from Stephen R. Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Seek first to understand. Now, this is hard to do in the heat of the moment, but I'm telling you, if you practice this, it will serve you well. When a child is acting out, and this happens at any age, middle school, elementary school, even high school, seek first to understand what may be going on, and do not take it personally, okay? If a child is sleeping in your class, this may actually be a cause for concern. When I had a child sleeping in my class a few years ago, it was because he had uncontrolled and undiagnosed diabetes. When we were able to get him help through our clinic, and his mother was made aware of the situation. The child was then treated and controlled, and things went much better. Another child was being, when she was sleeping, she was being kept up all night abusively by parents taking care of younger siblings, and she was mistreated so badly she was eventually removed from that home, put into foster care, and adopted by a different family. So when kids are sleeping in class, it is often a sign that there's a problem, so you should probably make someone else aware, like the nurse, the counselor, or your administrator, your AP. If a child doesn't do their homework in your class, the first thing you're going to feel is to take it personally. And I'm asking you to promise me that you don't do that. There are 1,001 things going on in that child's life, most of which they don't have control over because they're kids, they're minors. So if your homework takes a back seat on some days, please try to understand first. And yeah, we have high standards. Not taking it personally if they don't do your homework and maintaining high standards are not mutually exclusive. Okay? You can do both at the same time. So just please try to understand and not take things personally if a child doesn't turn something in or if they don't participate. Okay? Seek first to understand. Lastly, give yourself grace this year. This is a year full of changes. We have Schoology, that's new. We have distance learning, that's new. We may go to hybrid, that will be new. And you're at a new school, okay? So we have a new grading plan. So just take it easy. Do your best every day, but give yourself grace. You're going to plan, but don't cram everything in. If you don't use something that you planned, that's okay. Save it or use it the next year. It's okay. You did such a good job on what you did accomplish that you can feel good about that and don't have to cram everything in. Schools are filled with people. People are unpredictable. That makes schools unpredictable, and that's okay. Your job is to stay flexible. Your job is also to have fun. Allow yourself to have fun. We work with kids. That is such a joyous place to be most days. So allow yourself to enjoy that and have fun. Finally, please take care of yourself. Sleep well, eat right, remember to exercise, and keep your hobbies, the things that you enjoy doing. Lastly, I absolutely consider everybody in this building to be an educational rock star. We are blessed with a principal who's a really avid guitarist, and every now and then you'll hear him playing a tune on his guitar, either in his office or in the hallways, and that is another joy about Riverside. So you're naturally designed to be an educational rock star here, and I want to wish you the most amazing year you've ever had. It's going to be different, but we're going to get through this together with an A+ fashion. Okay? Have a great year, everybody. Come see me in the math department.